Welcome back. I did that just to spite you, Sean. Welcome back to Win in the Wild, everyone. Sorry we're late. Things happen. It's session 34, and we did not establish
a panic attack about wearing sweatpants and how to perform as DM while he was wearing sweatpants.
Some of
camera.
Yeah, Avery is a sweatpants DM.
Some of it's true. Very little of it. Very little of it. Some of it is true.
Kind of, tell him he's gonna be fine. Just wearing, just wearing sweatpants.
I appreciate your support. Wow, my eyes look really red. I don't know if it's this webcam, but wow. Looks horrible. It really does look like I've been crying.
That's probably because of the intense drug problem that you've admitted to privately, but I think it's something that we should bring to the forefront.
I've had at least 3 interventions for you.
Yeah. It's crazy because every time it technically works, but it just changes drugs.
Yeah. First it was methamphetamine. Now it's crack cocaine. Now I don't fucking know.
That was just
although I guess it's good that you're just knocking out the hard ones first, right. And then you'll slowly get a little softer.
Yeah. You just rotate through different versions of the same drug.
Just weed is just a little too much for me, so I didn't want to start with it, so I went straight to meth. Okay, all right. Okay, jokes aside.
It's a little too much for me.
As is, yeah, and I have been there to witness that.
Oh yeah, you were there too.
I was there. Okay, who's gonna read the recap?
You do look high though.
I know. No, my eyes are just red. I don't know why.
Give him a drug test.
Yeah.
I can read.
Well, good for you, Sean. It's about
I can
goddamn
read,
time.
guys.
He's literate.
Oh.
All right, ready?
Please. We're waiting.
The party secured the judges, starting with the visit to Lord Euron Yerk. Euron informed them that the royal host was coming to town, so the high priest Odegaard could mediate the disputes between Euron and Zira. Jeatz convinced Euron to judge, reasoning that Euron would come out on top either way, either by not having to serve, or by being seen as having the better cooks. Zira was similarly convinced, but she insisted that the contest would be as fair as possible, and she didn't need any more scrutiny on her people. Before parting, Zira mentioned that they would need to look appropriate if they were to board the royal host. Zira told them that they could get a room and a hot meal from Frederick, the innkeeper. Frederick was jolly when they met him. Horace snuck out, bringing some whiskey from the tavern across the river, and graciously gifting it to Frederick. They drank the night away, but despite the merriment, all had troubling dreams. Horace dreamt of the night his family was chased into the wild by Victor Kane, who was awoken by Glitter trying to bring him some water. Oh yeah, I forgot. I just slammed on the floor and slept there. Almyre, during her trance, was visited by Glacius, who told her she must spread the message of the World Eater, and that she was ignoring the path set before her. If she refused, Glacius warned, she would be consumed when he reawakens to destroy the world itself. Jeatz dreamt that he was submerged deep in a pool of blood and viscera. He tried to speak to the entity, but his lungs filled with blood, so he could only listen. It spoke to him as a fake hint, reminiscent of the foul creature in the Blood Moon's druid pool. The entity said they would reunite soon. The competition begins. The party got some slick new outfits for the cook-off. Gunn and Lungan both failed to use all the ingredients in the first round, because really, what do lettuce and noodles have to come?
Damn it.
Me absolutely editorializing.
Yeah, I was like, we let Avery write the recap. Oh no.
Lungan created a sandwich using his wife's bread with a rock egg topping sub. Gunnel made a hard-boiled rock egg set in a gelatinous cube. Disgusting. Lungan won the first round by a hair, which afforded him the first choice of protein. He chose dragon flank, creating a bibimbap. Gunnel chose faux feyhard and made a sushi roll. However, Lungan caught Gunnel trying to sabotage him with maggots, and Lungan won by a landslide. The Fofei heart had some side effects, though. Lady Zira began blinking in and out of existence, but only briefly. Euron, however, experienced a more long-lasting effect, with his hair growing rapidly for the next hour. Jeatz was unable to convince them that the effects weren't caused by true magic, and Euron had Gunnel taken away. With the chaos subsiding, Lady Zira approached Lingen and apologized. The end.
And that's where we are now. So yeah, you see Lady Zira walk over and kneel near Lungen. Sorry, I've always got to fuck with the music. I don't even remember what music I was using for this. Nah, sure, we'll do this.
That's pretty good.
So you see Lady Zira walk over to Lungen, and I think Jeatz, you, or maybe Horace, I don't remember at the end of the session, you hear her apologize to Lungen, and one of you, no, it was you, Sean, you wanted to roll an insight on what that meant. But I ended the session there because we were going too long. But if you want to go ahead and roll an insight on Zira, I was one of you. So
that was me. All right, it was one of us.
Yeah. So if one of you want to roll an insight check on Zira, apologizing to you.
Who's got the best?
You may.
I think that was me. I also had +6.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, yeah, it was Caleb.
Okay. I'll roll it. Let me pull all my dice out of my dice tray so that I can then roll my dice in my dice tray. The irony is tangible. All right, we're going little bloody teddy bear dice.
Bloody
+6 insight. +6. That makes it a 14.
With a 14, you can't really tell what this interaction is, but you do see Lungen eyeing the Solarian as they walk out with Gunnel in hand.
Interesting.
In this moment, Euron looks very upset, and you see Henry, his assistant, coming over and trying to calm him down, but Euron is like touching his hair and he can feel it growing out, like it seems uncomfortable on his scalp. Henry is talking to him. He pulls out some scissors and goes to cut it, and Euron just slaps his hand away.
Can we do a roll for attractiveness on this hair coming out?
For Euron?
Yeah, absolutely.
Roll it with
ugly
disadvantage.
guy.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
roll it with disadvantage. Just a raw d20 with disadvantage.
He looks grosser than 50% of the creatures.
That's got to be like a nature check, right?
No, just a raw d20.
Oh, does he? Wait, okay, fine. Well, fun fact, both of those were 8s. I have rolled 3 8s so far today.
That would have been a really good time to roll a nat 20.
Yeah, he's maybe looking a little more attractive than usual as his hair is growing out. It's looking maybe a little less sparse on top, but no, he's just
all right.
nasty
all right,
looking.
cool.
Greasy, ugly, mean. Yeah, he's got like a strong widow's peak.
Oh yeah.
But the hair beside the widow's peak is gone.
Is Almyre blink? Is that who got the blink spell cast?
No. Zira got the blinking effect, but she knelt down, kind of like in shock and touched stone, and then it stopped. Almyre, what was your effect again?
Oh, she's translucent.
Translucent.
Oh yeah,
Her skin's translucent, hence the last message in our Discord being Almyre right now. Now that makes sense.
Okay.
The context is back.
So everyone is a little distracted. So Almyre, you know that you're translucent. So in this moment, would you like to do anything to maybe leave? I don't know. What are you doing?
I think her skin is translucent. Yeah.
Like you're still wearing clothes, but like your face would be translucent to see, like, the inner workings of the musculature of your skull. Your hands also would be translucent to see, bone and sinew.
Are you exhausted again? You look.
I mean,
this is not good.
I think I'm just embracing it. I think, or do I need to leave? Like, is this like a, oh my god, everyone's gonna think I'm magic kind of situation, or is this a, we just gotta wait it out?
Euron is, a fucking around with Henry, but he turns around to look at you and says, "Oh my God!" And he stumbles backwards towards Henry, and Euron says, "His hair's not that long. It's not growing that rapidly." He says, "He must have gotten you with his magics. That darn Connolly tried to poison us, and on such an important day too. I should have known he was a traitor."
I don't know if this is magic, honestly. I think this is just a weird prank.
Regardless, these are unnatural things. Connell, he must be taken away and locked up, at least until the royal host is gone.
Well, I don't think you should have to lock him up. I think it's kind of funny.
Funny? What about this is funny? And he's like pulling at his hair that is like actively growing, but very slowly.
We're balding a little bit, so
yeah, it creates. I think this is a self-reflection prank. Maybe this is something that like you're self-conscious about your lack of hair, and so it was giving you more. I'm self-conscious about the way that I look in a foreign land, and so it made me invisible.
Watch your mouth, girl.
Excuse me, what did you call me?
I sent a very dark glare over to Almyre.
I said, watch your mouth, or I'll have the Solarian take you away too.
Bold of you to assume that they could. And I walk away.
You turn him into a sheep without anyone.
Can we roll a check to see if his spell fails right before that sentence comes out? It's potentially comes out as gibberish.
No. As funny as that would be, I don't want to overplay that trope.
Yeah.
But okay.
Can Glitter turn him into a sheep without anyone noticing?
No, I'm pretty sure that Polymorph has verbal components, so they would hear Glitter.
Did you like whisper it?
That's not what verbal components are meant to be.
All right.
Let me pull up Polymorph really quick. What? Oh my god, damn it!
You guys want to know a fun fact about Austin? When I read Harry Potter growing up, the non-verbal spells, I didn't know that non-verbal was a word, and so I pronounced it non-verbal for years.
That's cool. If it makes you feel better, the word debris, I pronounced as Debris for a good long time.
Hey, there's a lot of people in the world that pronounce it as Debris, though, so you're not alone.
Yeah. Well, I cried in English class.
Non-verbal. Oh, non-verbal. No, Polymorph does have a verbal component, so unless you have something that takes away verbal components, no, she would be hurt.
My sister was reading when she was really young, she was reading a tag on a clothes, on a back of a shirt, and it said "Made in India," and the text was really close, so she said it as one word. It was like "Mad in India."
India. That's a big word.
It's my favorite country, Mad in India.
My favorite country. Where's Madden?
Okay. So yeah, Euron and Henry, they're fucking with one another. You see Arthur runs out chasing after Gunnel, who was taken away by the Solarian. Almyre and Euron have had this little quarrel. Zira appears to be finished talking with Lungen and turns to you, Horace, and she says, we'll be going now. Lungen has quite a bit of work to do to prep the feast for the royal host, which will be here any minute now, honestly, so he's a bit on a time crunch. If you could maybe help him prepare the food?
It would be an honor, and again, congratulations for the win.
He's still sitting on this bench, and he just nods deeply. Thank you.
Just tell me where I'm needed, and I'll assist.
Oh, just meet me in me butcher shop. Get this, I think already had some bread bacon for all the things that we needed, so she'll have that taken care of. She did that earlier this morning, but I just need a few extra hands to prepare and cook the meats.
Well, I think we might be able to help when I look at Jeatz and Almyre.
I nod.
Okay, maybe turn your camera off.
Yeah, maybe turn the camera off. I do not get a word of that. I'm sorry, Austin.
It's actually not the auto. We just don't want to see your face.
Apparently, Austin's microphone decided that the spell ended.
Yeah, that's what that sounded like.
Oh no, we can understand him.
Oh, it's still happening.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
jeez.
just leave and come
Yeah,
back.
leave the Discord and come back.
Austin, walk out of your house and come back into your house. That's the kind of person who would do it. Oh, okay. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You better first.
Yeah, there we go.
Better.
There we go.
Are you good now? Can you hear full sentences from me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's better.
Anyways, I said I've never actually been in a kitchen before, but it sounds exciting. I'd love to help.
The implication of that goes deep,
I
but
think you might. Do you need anything else done?
are you talking to Lungen?
Yes. Do you need some new outfits to cook in? I think we could all use some new outfits.
Zira stands up and she goes, actually, that would be great if you could go out and buy Lungen and Kethis maybe a new outfit. I'll pay for it. And Lungen, that's not to say that what you're wearing is wrong, but obviously we need to present the best thing, the best that we can. And Lungen nods as does Kethis. I understand, milady.
Almyre, I think they need something with a special dinner. Something.
Oh, not too flashy, please. No, not too flashy. We're just serving. No. We're just serving food. Just serving. Serving food.
We need to show off.
I could
These winners
here.
here.
Go somewhere in the middle there.
All right. Okay, so Almyre, you've been tasked with finding an outfit.
I'm going to pass Almyre 5 gold and be like, don't meet in the middle. Go way above.
Understood.
Okay. So with that, you see Euron and Henry walk out the back. And the rest of you get to work on your various responsibilities. So we'll say, Almyre, we'll start with you. You're going out to shop for some outfits. It seems like you kind of know where to get some hot things. However, without measuring Lungen and Kethis, you just kind of have to estimate their sizes.
Yeah.
So I'll have the advantage of you knowing where to go, offset the disadvantage of you not having measured them first, and we'll just have you roll like a flat. We'll say a d20, just to keep it easy, a flat d20. On the. And now, if you have a reason to give yourself a few bonuses, then sure, I'll let you take that. But just a flat d20, and we'll say 10 is a good outfit, 1 is a bad outfit, 20 is phenomenal. So like you're shooting for a 10.
I actually took a trait that makes me really good at eyeballing people's sizes for their clothes. Can I?
Wait, hang on. Is that?
No, I'm fucking.
Oh, okay. Because I know that there's a Battlemaster ability where you can like size up an enemy, for example. and like see if they're better or worse than you in a certain stat. Which I would let you burn a Battlemaster dice if you wanted to do that. But
that would be pretty dope.
No, okay.
I do have, I did grow up in a palace, and I was getting trained to be kind of, a royal timekeeper. I'm gonna have to, I would have had some sort of fashion training, I think, or at least etiquette.
Yeah, sure. No, that makes sense.
Know what people wear and what sizes they wear.
So add your, we'll just say add your proficiency that bonus to the dice roll then.
Might get us close then. What is my proficiency now? 3 or 4?
A 3? 4 seems a little high.
We're +4.
Level 9 is a +4?
Yeah, I've got a +4.
+4 it is then?
I mean, I'm level 13, but that's... I'm just kidding.
Get out of here.
That's a 9 then with a +4.
Okay, so you
yes.
find a perfectly acceptable outfit. Something that is clean, but also presents them as chefs, one for Lungen and one for Kethis. And you also find the same outfit for you and your 2 compatriots, should you choose to outfit them in that, but 5 gold will be enough to cover the cost of all of that. I'll let you decide, you all as a group decide later on what you want to put on to board the ship.
Oh, I'm definitely looking like we planned. I mean,
yeah. So you could either board the ship as chefs. I had this idea in my head. You could either board the ship as chefs or board them as guests of Lady Zira.
That looks exactly like my player icon does.
The hat and all. Perfect.
Chef or not, it doesn't matter.
That's how I
put it. Either, listen, Avery, either we're cooking or we're cooking.
Okay.
Here are the nice, clean chef outfits I found. You can see it in the Win in the Wild chat.
Okay. Yes, I need to open Discord. My Firefox has been bugging out.
I love the juxtaposition of the beefy ass guy, like orc, and then this Asian couple.
Like some Star Trek ass
chef outfit. So it gets a really big orc.
Yeah.
Fucking Prime Directive looking ass.
Yeah, okay, so we'll import this as a prop. Why not?
Star Trek here.
Okay, so yeah, this is the chef's outfit that Almyre has found. A very clean.
And 90 cents from the what is this? Wuhan Jindu Clothing Company.
I was like, what is this?
For an order of like
Temu.
1,000? What?
Is that on Temu or?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Overstock.com, baby.
Alibaba.
Oh yeah, that's
okay.
It.
So Lungen and Kethis now have their outfits, but they do need some help in the kitchen. So I'll have one of you help Lungen and one of you help Kethis, one for the bread and one for basically everything else. This is a rush. They were prepared, so they have all the ingredients necessary, just as a matter of cooking it all in the next hour. So in the same way that I had Almyre roll, and she argued for a proficiency bonus to that roll. Which of you wants to go with Kethis to help prepare the bread, and which of you wants to go with Lungen to help prepare the meats and things?
I'll go with Kethis.
I'll go with Lungen.
I mean,
Okay.
you probably
meats and things.
You use sharp things pretty often, so
Yeah, I'm gonna cut the meat with my halberd.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
never mind. I use my soul sword to cut the meat.
Only one per. Only one per.
No. I'm going with Kethis.
Okay. So yeah, Jeatz, you go with Kethis to help finish prepping the bread. I'm gonna ask for just a flat D20 roll, but if you have a reason you should use a particular check or given your proficiency bonus,
I think that growing up, I made a lot of bread with my family, considering we worked in like farmland.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll definitely allow you to roll that with proficiency.
That's gonna be an 18.
An 18? Okay, great. No, the bread comes out near perfect. Kethis, she's a very proficient in bread working, and she's like, wow, you're not getting in my way at all. You're actually helping. Thank you.
Kethis is a breadmancer.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got outfits and we've got bread. 18. Wow. And now I'm just going to call this meats and other stuff. Yeah, Lungen, you follow Lungen, Horace, back to his butchery where, he's already got the fires going. Whatever detour that this competition took didn't really take that long. So he already had things going. He says, I'd assumed I'd win, so I just was kind of already prepared to host the feast.
I like that attitude.
It turned out well. If not, I was just going to share it with the rest of the town. So anyway, if you could help out over there. Horace, what do you have to offer? Roll me a d20, but if you have anything that you'd like to argue for a particular check or just your proficiency,
I guess I feel like I know how to cook. I would in the cabin. I would hunt and cook myself.
Oh no, that is a very good point. Yeah, sure. I'll let you use your proficiency or maybe nature, whichever is better.
All right.
A lot of math there going on in your head.
18.
On 18. Wow. You guys have helped cook up a fantastic feast in a very short amount of time. Lungen says to you, Horace, wow, you really know your way around the kitchen, around some pretty far off meats, cooking rice and beans even too. Wow, you just jumped right in. I appreciate it. Wow, this might be the best feast I've ever put on.
I think I might want to stay in the kitchen and just work here with you.
I'd happily take you on as an apprentice. If things go well with the mediation between Lady Zira and Euron, after all. But
maybe once I'm done with my mission.
Sure, of course. Yes, we'd love to have you. Okay. Damn. Okay, so you've got some fine outfits, but you've got phenomenal bread and you've got phenomenal feast. You hear a horn in the distance. And as you step outside, you see a few rowboats coming up the river. And what's interesting is you don't see anyone rowing, but what you do see is what appears to be a cleric dressed in white behind the boat, casting some sort of water magic, propelling the boat up the stream. Or up the river, rather. And a crier on the front of one of the boats says, hear ye, the royal host has arrived. We will accept any and all guests invited aboard. Please meet at the nearest dock. And you see the docks on the eastern side and the western side fill up with a handful of these boats. And Lady Zira comes by to check on Lungen, and she says, is everything ready? Yes, your lady. Everything's ready. Here to go. It's in these crates. You, Horace and Lungen, you've packed everything in the crates, and Kethis walks out with several basketfuls with you, Jeatz. That brings us to you, Almyre. You have come back with the outfits, presenting to the four of these people. Horace, Lungen, Kethis, and Jeatz with the chef's outfits. What's your argument?
My argument?
Do we want to join?
Yes.
Be with the chefs, or do we want to go aboard as a guest?
Yeah, so that's what I meant. Thank you, Sean.
I mean, I think it would probably be better to be as guests. I mean, we've already helped out with this, but it feels like we should probably
We should just
get
be-
the other
I
side
think
of the
you
story.
two can go as guests, and then I'll go as a chef and see if, just in case something happens in the back, should some rivalry between these two sides maybe arises in the kitchen, or something bad happens. So I think I'll go there.
Can I
No, I'll bring your icons over here since you're all kind of.
before I make like a
Congregating.
stupid decision here, can I roll like a history check? I may have asked this and I just forgot the answer, so sorry. Can I roll a history check on whether my family would have said that like changelings are more common in the material plane?
Oh yes, yeah. Please roll me that history check.
Can I have advantage because it's my history?
No, you're just a kid.
All right. Well, that kid was just a little 8.
Damn, you suck at history checks, Caleb. Every time one might be important. It's like, oh.
Okay, I move forward. I'm charismatic, and I think about the future, not the past.
Just always looking forward. You can't seem to recall what your life was really like here in the material plane as it relates to you specifically being a changeling. You and your family just kind of existed as you needed to.
Okay.
You do recall perhaps a few, family members, we'll call them, also being changelings, but they weren't overt about it at all.
Okay, then I think what I'll do is try to subtly change my shape. Like, I still want to look like myself, but I want to look just like 15% more attractive. So that
you're
like,
already hot,
like
looking like a young, hot.
Oh, that's
dad.
right. That's right. That's right.
I mean,
that's
you
right.
already look like
It's
a
just not
human
fair.
because your
You
dad
can't
is
look
already a
hotter. That's
human.
just not fair.
Yeah. Okay. Then I was just trying to like blend in on this like high class boat, but
You can't changeling yourself into advantage on all charisma checks because of how hot
no.
you are.
My dude, I'm not worried about that. I have a +10 performance.
Okay, that's fair. That's better than advantage.
Yeah. No. Okay. That's fine then. As long as I wanna be able to,
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lungen and Kathis absolutely agree to put on these nice, fresh, clean chef's outfits. It makes them look professional. But as far as the other two of you, or I guess all three of you, what are your decisions?
I'm looking
I
like
guess
a Russian cool dude.
Cool Russian dude.
Yeah, I'm keeping the black coat on.
I am Rasputin.
Okay, so
I guess I'll put on the chef outfit and
Kathis.
I'll follow
Okay.
along again.
Then Horace, you are going to pose as a chef. Okay, cool. All right. So, wow, that music track was exactly as long as I needed it to be. So, yeah, these boats arrive at these tiny little ports on the edge of the river. It's about 30 feet down. This is not a port town at all, but the boats arrive and beckon you towards them. You all get on, and you swear that you can see in the distance over some trees a huge mast of what appears to be a very large boat. But you hop on these boats. These would appear to be clerics, but are also using water magic. You're not really sure what that's about. Lady Zira gets on a boat next to you. The 5 of you carrying food get on one boat, and off you go down the river towards the river mouth. It takes only a moment to get to what appears to be the sea, but as a small bend in the river clears, you see the full grandeur of the royal host before you. You see a 200-foot long ship dominate the entirety of the coast. This warship is unlike any man-made thing you've ever seen. Impressively large, it could take on a whole armada with as many cannons as you see. Its wooden structure is covered in ornate gold plating that glints in the high sun. This is the royal host, King Melchior's personal warship, loaned only to his highest ranked advisors. And I thought I had imported an image. Oh yes, oh nope, that is a scene.
Can I roll an insight check on how flammable this boat is?
Yes.
Don't catch fire.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, roll me an insight check.
That's gonna be it's a 19 on the dice. 25.
With a 25, honestly, this ship looks as flammable perhaps as any other ship. It might be a little more resilient because of the metal plating. However, especially with the clerics on the rowboat that you're talking about, this ship is well equipped to deal with any kind of emergency.
I've heard that before. With the Titanic.
Oh my god. The cleric propelling the boat just hears you and says, what's a Titanic?
It's a problem, I'll tell you that.
That's a problem?
Are there any icebergs out here? This is water clear.
But look, no, the water's perfectly fine. It's clear. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I never imported the image. This is what the royal host looks like as you exit the river mouth. It's an impressive warship.
That is an impressive warship.
Several masts, gold plating, all that.
That looks like the ship. That looks like the Interceptor from Pirates of the Caribbean. That's
kind of what I had in mind, honestly.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad I saw your vision.
The best warship that money and magic can possibly create that would still float on water.
The one that got demolished at the end.
I guess it did. Hey, yeah, we'll see. Okay, so as you approach the ship going across the bay, you see that the coast just south of Duvos is rocky as all hell. It kind of explains why this wouldn't be a port town instead of a more inland city like it is. But as you approach the boat, you see these priests. These clerics. They use their water magic to lift the rowboats up to a level where all you have to do is step off onto the main deck of the ship.
Okay.
All right, and that will take us to our next map here.
Did you say we were on the same ship as Lady Zira, or we are on a ship next to her?
No, you are all going to the same ship.
But we didn't. Did we ride on the same
like smaller
dinghy?
rafts?
Oh yeah, you're on dinghies basically. These smaller rowboats.
But were we on the same one?
If you would like to have stepped onto the same boat as her, you could have. I don't really have a problem with that.
I would like that, and I would like to help her off.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Sure. As you approach and this cleric lifts the ship up with this water magic, you step off and help her off, offer a hand. She's like, thank you.
Yeah, I bow and I go, my lady, and I help her. My lady. Sorry.
The Riz is always on.
Hey, Fedora, and no one notices.
Oh my god.
Except for me.
Okay.
I get behind her and I give her some uppies.
Uppies?
Cool.
God. All right. So you are Horace. You're gonna have to import your own token. I'm sorry. Just because you have the hat, you, and I don't have the hat, you.
Oh.
So. We'll go back to.
Where am I at?
Oh wait.
If you need a table or something with a cloche, some food with a cloche on it, I got you too.
All right. Yeah. Hey, we got some water. Finally, something that actually seems appropriate. Okay. So as you get on the boat, you hear the... What the fuck is that? Why is there a table?
Because he cast Sacred Table. Clearly.
I got table ball in them.
Yeah.
How many did it? Here we go.
This is over. What is happening? That was over.
What
my
table?
head.
Sorry, that was me. I put the table there.
What's up with the D? On the dock?
So that...
Oh, that's like the parts of the ship. Okay.
Do you see how big this battle map is?
Yeah, okay, I understand.
Yeah, no, there's... And I did not make this map. Thank you to iTrops from Incarnate, who graciously published this map for other people to use. This ship is huge. So at the moment, we're only using the left side of the battle map.
It runs off these 2 baby sails at the front. That's crazy.
Did you put the... Oh, what? Okay, you knew. Okay, so as you get off on the ship, Jeatz, you helping Lady Zero off, she says thank you. Everyone roll me a perception check, just as you look around to kind of identify what's going on.
24.
Also 24.
Also, just kidding, a 19.
Okay, you guys are very observant. Heads on swivels. You all look around and immediately spot several things. Number one is that there are Solarian posted at what appears to be every entrance to any place that's not the very top level of the ship, as well as several sailors who appear to be keeping an eye out. Another thing that you notice is this very center table only has 3 chairs surrounding it. And the next thing you notice, which lends to the chair idea, is a cleric who carries himself very highly, standing behind the wheel of the ship. This you would probably reckon to be, especially with his little hat that he's got on, an old man, kind of filled out in his old age. This you would presume to be High Priest Odegaard, who is keeping a very close eye on you as you walk onto the ship. Which, going back to the table thing, given the talk about the mediation, you would assume the 3 chairs, one is for Lady Zero, one is for Lord Euron, and one is for High Priest Odegaard. Who no one else is allowed to sit at this table, despite its size, given that there are other tables set out for this feast, as you can see to the left and right of Odegaard, for example. Just a few smaller tables. So yeah, there's a few tables up towards the bow of the ship where the feast food goes. There's pictures there because I'm not going to fucking manually drag shit there. But yeah, towards the top by the letter A, you can see that there's a place for food. And Lady Zira kind of, shoves you off in that direction. Maybe a little more tenderly than shoves, but, kind of points you in that direction. That's where the food needs to go.
Hey, Avery.
Mm-hmm?
Why does Odegaard not need to steer the ship?
Is that I don't know.
Because Jesus takes the wheel.
Okay.
Thank you, silence. I appreciate everyone.
Okay, moving on.
Okay,
moving on.
I thought somebody left. Okay.
So, as you all are putting the food on the tables, you hear High Priest Odegaard speak, kind of addressing everyone that's here. You also see that Lord Euron has brought Henry along with him. He says, "Now, before we feast on the tidings Lady Zira and Lord Euron have provided, I just want to thank them for bringing their dispute to my attention. King Melchior's light is deserved by all, and I would be remiss if we didn't help the children of his light even this far north. I hope we can have a productive meeting. But first, let us feast." And he holds out a hand, and you see several of the sailors approach the feasting table and grab some food. But at this point, it's kind of free reign. The feast has begun, however, the mediation has not. So in this kind of middling time, what would you all like to do?
Are there other people, or is it just the guards? And
You see a handful of sailors out here. You see quite a few Solarian. But other than, I mean, that's all. The tokens that you see here are the people that are here.
Okay, so there's no like party guests. I mean, I realize it's not a party, but
right. Euron has brought Henry. Zira has brought.
Where are they sitting?
Well, I guess there's the.
Where are they going to be?
The sailors.
I guess just those two people. Euron.
Oh, okay. So we'll pass like 5 minutes while they get food. We'll say that Euron has sat here, Lady Zira has sat here, and High Priest Odegaard has sat here.
Okay, and we're expected to sit not.
You're expected to sit not there because there are only 3 chairs.
Like far
at this
away,
large table.
Basically.
Yep.
Okay.
And we'll say Lungan is kind of standing off to the side. Kethis is help serving food. And Henry is awkwardly. Oh, sorry. I need to grab Henry's staff block or his thing. We'll say Henry is standing awkwardly on the other side of the mast, staring at Lord Euron. But so yeah, that's kind of just to set the scene where people are.
I guess I'll be, I guess, getting plates ready for the 3 at the table. And I guess once I do that, I'm going to go back and ask if Lungan wants to kind of introduce the dish that was prepared.
Oh, he leans over to you and kind of whispers in your ear. No, it would be inappropriate. They know what they're eating. They don't need me to announce it. It's a glorified potluck. It's fine.
Okay, I just didn't know if they were,
No,
you wanted to announce as the winner. You'll find it.
No, just let them eat. There's no need for them to know that there was even a competition in the first place.
Yes, chef. I will then pass each of them a plate, and then I guess stand off kind of the side, maybe with I'll grab like a pitcher of
like
wine
you're
and
the attendant, handing them their plates. Sure, perfect. Lady Zira says, "Oh, thank you," but Lord Euron and High Priest Odegaard don't say anything. In fact, you see that High Priest Odegaard's chalice, his chalice is empty already. And he says,
fill it up again.
"But why is this not filled already?"
I'm
you gotta fill it up, and he downs it again and holds it up.
I fill it back up.
And he takes a light sip and sets it down.
I refill just the sip, and then step by.
Euron just has a really disgusted look on his face, but he's not saying anything.
I pick up a second pitcher, spit in it, and then refill your.
I mean, you may. At this point, when you're interacting with NPCs, sometimes I don't know what's a joke. What's not a joke.
I'm wide on the open. I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Okay. Jeatz and Almyre, what are you doing? Almyre, put your token by the cannon over here.
Is this table the closest I could get, or are there like a table here?
The tables that you see are the tables that are there.
Okay.
They're purposefully kind of put far away.
I glance over at you and like point down below beneath like the grated floor to maybe hear them better. To kind of imply.
I mean, I don't feel like.
No, you could still like hear the mediation, I guess, if you're close, like Horace is. But I guess that's a good point of if you're like at a table far away. No, you wouldn't be able to hear what they're talking about. Oh shit! You know what I forgot to mention with y'all's very high perception checks is you would know that the captain's quarters entrance is right here, right next to this mast.
With somebody right there.
Like what? Like this door. Actually, I think. Let me look at the map. Oh, okay, yeah. The door that looks open, is where the captain's quarters are. But there's 2 guards next to it. Sorry, the battle map's kind of weird. I don't know. The door kind of looks like it's in the opposite direction.
It does look like it's open. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's open. Yeah, I'll just I'll point down at the grate beneath if they like want to like listen.
I mean, does it look like the Solariat are going to allow anyone to walk past?
Oh, no.
Yeah, then there's really nothing else to do than just to sit at a table and wait, right? Like...
I'd like to...
It's D&D. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do.
No, I'm aware.
Go off the side.
I mean, I guess I can come over to like one of the sailors.
I mean, to be fair, it's a ship. You've seen boats before, so you know would kind of figure that towards the back is where like the captain's quarters would be, and there's windows that you saw as you approached. Just for sake of example of like details that are not technically in the battle map, but you could assume to be part of just a ship.
Can I come up to the aft and like do some searching and just like see if I can find anything like in these little spare boats, or like just do a general perception check up here to see if anything catches my eye?
Yeah, sure.
Oh wait, this is a stern, isn't it? Austin, this is your thing.
What, on the back of the boat's the stern?
Wait, yeah, but which one's the back of the boat? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's D. That's stern, yep. Okay, yeah, so I do that. I come and do that.
Yep.
So,
give me a
perception. It's gonna be a 19.
With a 19, you don't see anything immediately concerning in the boats, but what you do see is a concerning number of cannonballs and black powder that appear ready to go for the cannons themselves.
Okay, can I work my way over to this solo sailor here?
He's just digging in.
And sit down next to him and just go, oh boy, what a luxurious ship. What's his name? The leader guy.
Odegaard?
Nope, the other guy.
King Melchior?
Yeah, what a luxurious ship.
He finishes
Melchior
he finishes your sentence for you like mid-bite. King Melchior?
Yes.
Aye. She's the most glorious vessel in all the world.
It's very impressive.
Lucky for a man to lay eyes upon the royal host, let alone a sailor.
Yeah. Do you so what do you do on the ship?
Oh, I'm a gunner. I load and fire the cannons.
Oh, interesting. I noticed that you must be doing a great job because they're all loaded and ready to go. Do you always keep it ready to just fire like that, or?
Aye.
Oh, why do you do that? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a prepared man, as a man after my own heart, but it just seems odd that it's a trigger finger thing. Like, are you guys worried about something?
Well, you never know when you're gonna be attacked. The enemy of the crown never sleeps.
That's very fair. Can I roll an insight check to see if maybe he's hiding something?
Sure.
Cool. Okay, that's a nat 1.
Oh, no.
Seems like an honest sailor.
Well, you're doing a great job, sailor. I very much appreciate the work you do.
Hey, this food's pretty good. You came from Duvos on shore. I like it.
Yeah, yes, it's very impressive. I point over to, oh no, it's not Lungen, it's Gunnel.
No, that is Lungen.
Yeah,
God
We can
damn it.
fuck up his name in game. That's fine.
Yeah, I point over at Lungen and I go, yeah, the work over there made it.
I don't mind orcs too much. The Solarians seem to hate him, but That's fine. Makes good food. What do I care?
I mean, yeah. Who cares? It's all the same on the inside, right?
Yep. But don't tell anyone else I said that.
Of course. I'd never.
It kind of sounds like you're gonna tell people.
No. I don't even know your name, sir. It's fine.
Turns around to you.
And with that, you won't. Goodbye. And he picks up his plate and walks away.
Can I do an investigation check for a name tag?
No, he's not wearing a name tag. What? No. Roll me a nat 20 just to.
Okay. I'll do it on D&D because you're not going to believe me if I do it in person.
Yeah. No, I mean I trust you.
It's a 13.
A 13. No. If you had rolled a nat 20, he would have been wearing like a little name tag that you'd see at like conventions or some shit.
Yeah.
That just says, whatever his name is. I did have a name for him, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, thank you.
He doesn't say anything. He just walks out. All right. Almyre, I think you said you were gonna do something.
Yes, it's time to turn on the royal charm here, and go and act like a princess and mingle and see what I can learn about this place and the people that inhabit it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you've got some sailors, you've got some Solarian. If you dare, you could approach High Priest Odegaard.
I think I'm gonna leave High Priest with them up there. So I think I'm gonna go towards the Solarian look important, and so I assume they have, some plates of food, and if not, I'm gonna offer some to them, and just
yeah. You see, like, half of them appear to have plates of food in their hand, but they're still standing posts, ready to spring into action any moment. They're not taking the luxury of sitting down. They eye you. Between these two, one of them has, we'll say that the left one has a plate of food, the right one doesn't.
Well, I see you've got some food. Would you like some food? I went and grabbed a couple plates here. I saw that not everyone was eating.
No, we are taking turns. We have to stand on guard.
Okay. Is that your job here on the ship?
Yes. We are Solarian, dedicated to protecting the royal host. The sailors are not necessarily warriors, despite knowing how to fire cannons, but we are here for protection in other ways.
Cool. That is so neat. I was invited by Lady Zira here. I'm from out of town, from Kingdom of North, and
an elf.
We
friends with a tiefling.
I mean, I was just passing through, and we met. I met her acquaintance, and we got to talking, and ended up having a little. Helping solve a little squabble between a couple of chefs, and that's how we ended up with Mr. Lungen over there as the head chef for today, making the meal for everybody.
When you point at Lungen, who's standing by the main mast.
Yes.
You see the one with the food spits it out. Pfft. What? Should it be this food is made by an orc?
Oh my lord. It's quite good. You just said a couple of seconds ago.
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't. What? I'm so confused. What's going on?
Food made by an orc. You're telling me you, an elf, would befriend a tiefling and then also eat the food made by the same nasty people that would invade our lands?
Oh, this is racist.
You must be. You must be.
Oh, this is racist.
Pulling my leg.
I'm gonna walk over and not having no idea this conversation. I'll be like, "Wow, Almyre, the food's really going over well. That sailor over there was really raving about how great it was. And I point to the guy who didn't tell me their name.
Yeah, you see, he's over at this, and you can see him like kind of through the fence that's here. And the Solarian that was eating food looks at you, looks over at the sailor, and throws his plate down and says, I must go have a word with him.
Who is he, by the way?
Oh, him? I don't know his name. He's a gunner.
Oh, so gunner is his occupation. That makes sense. Okay, thank you.
The Solarian just shakes his head and walks off.
Can I,
I do have another plate here for you if you would like some.
The second that he does that and leaves the stairwell, I'm gonna go down this stairs.
Okay.
And I'm blocking. Like I'm approaching the other Solarian that's standing there.
When I get down, like I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself once I'm out of view.
Okay, cool. So, Jeatz, give me a stealth check with advantage since Almyre's blocking you.
Okay. I can do this.
I see now how that's supposed to be structured. Okay. So the stairs
that's a
down
24, which is great. You gave me advantage because it potentially could have been a 9.
Ooh, okay, yes. With a 24, you're absolutely able to slip down the stairwell. So move over to the third column. And the stupid fog. This is what you see as you enter.
Okay, so I'm entering here.
Yep, with that staircase down. That's Almyre's token.
Okay, that is Almyre's token. Good for Almyre.
Good for my it down the stairwell. Okay, so yeah, you are in.
Oh shit!
You can walk down and cast invisibility on yourself if you'd like.
Okay. I sure can, but I also have to roll wild magic if I fail my check. But we're good. We're good.
Boy. Okay.
We're good. That would have just been really bad.
What's your number up to now?
6.
Yeah, that's gonna happen sooner or later. Okay, but yes, you're able to walk into the midship section. Let's see, the main deck, as it's called. As you look around, your initial impressions are there's a few sailors that appear to be sleeping. They're either on break or just ready for something else until they're called. You see these hammocks hanging above these cannons, but you see a lot of cannons on this deck, as well as like the core of the mast that's going through.
Okay. Okay. Can I walk down? Okay, this door's open, right?
Yeah. All the doors that you see are open. But yeah, if you want to walk this direction, but you see, not a triangle. I want a rectangle. This is what you see. And we'll just say as you walk through that door, that's what you find.
More balls.
Yeah, so you see what appears to be a repository of cannonballs, as well as a sailor that is looking like he is counting barrels of black powder for firing said cannonballs.
Okay. Can I just peek in and see if there's anything of note that I can kind of put my eye on?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a perception check.
Cool. That's a 9.
Definitely missed a syllable in there. With a 9, you just see a shit ton of barrels of. I'm explaining it to you as black powder. I assume your characters would be intelligent enough to know that there's powder that explodes when you ignite it. Otherwise, how would cannons work? You just kind of intuit that what's in these barrels is the thing that makes the cannon balls shoot.
Yeah.
Almyre ever seen a cannon?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, this
especially being landlocked. As the fucking desert is.
Okay. I think I'm gonna back out and go to the other side of the ship.
Okay. So we will reveal the other side.
Invisible for like an hour, right? Before I make stupid mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I'll say as you walk to the other side, you can kind of see clear through just to, you know, maybe speed this process up a bit. You just see a bunch more cannons. You see another kind of like midship staircase. And what you see, and this door is closed. Let me make that abundantly clear. This door is closed.
Which door?
The one that I'm
top one?
The one I'm
okay.
painting yellow on.
See.
That door is definitely closed, but barred, so you can see through it. Closed but barred. You see a bunch of weapons on the other side of it.
Okay. Does the door... Do I see anybody in there?
Presently, no.
Okay. If I cast a spell, I stop being invisible.
Well, the level pull it down.
Can I knock on the door?
Well, it's just bars, is what I mean.
Oh, it's not a door.
Yeah, so you can see through it, but it's bars.
Does it look like there's a way to get in?
There's a heavy lock on this door.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna keep contemplating on my life if you want to go to someone else.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, Horace, you are kind of the attending server at this point in your chef's outfit. Both Euron and Zira and Odegaard at this point have asked for some more wine at some point, some more food, some more bread on the side. And you've been attending. It seems like they are winding down. They haven't touched their food in a few minutes at this point.
I want to see if I can whisper to Glitter, see if she can go make a racket on the lowest deck.
Oh.
Without being like go invisible, make a sound on the lowest deck, and maybe with cannonballs. So I guess the one below Jeatz. If that's the last one, if one below that, make a racket there. But
okay. Like we'll say that Horace, you saw Jeatz slip down the stairwell because you're just keeping an eye on your friends, so you know that he's down below deck. Let's see, what does she have that she can make? See, these are all sensory effects. It's dancing lights. Creature can see within range. The target must make an intelligence on the failed save. You create phantasmal objects. Oh, okay. So she whispers back to you.
Okay. If there's a sailor down there, I can maybe cast Phantasmal Force on him. Make it seem like there's a fire or something. Have him raise a racket, and maybe that'll draw some people to where you want to go. Does that sound okay?
yes, I want to draw people down to lower decks.
Okay, perfect. Well, tell you what, I'll make myself invisible, and then I'll go down and see if I can't convince one of these stupid sailors that there's fucking fire. Okay.
Do it in just a couple minutes. Give us some time to listen in on this conversation before you make a little noise.
Okay, you got it.
So Glitter, and we'll say just conveniently, she'll cast it whenever you need her to. She'll cast Phantasmal Force on a sailor. Now the sailor does have to pass an intelligence saving throw. Her spell save is 12, but sailors, they're just like regular people, so they don't have a bonus.
Right.
And ready. Okay. All right, so yeah, Glitter makes herself invisible, and off she flies to a lower deck. We'll drag her, say, down here.
How many levels is this freaking boat?
What level is the boat?
How many levels is this? 4?
What level is the boat? It's my favorite question.
It is,
I love
yeah.
D&D.
It's like 4.5. There's a mid level that consists of like some higher grade sleeping quarters and also the captain's quarters, but it's 4 main levels and then like a half of a sleeping quarter. It's just weird because like the boat is higher on the ends, so the way that you have to stretch it out is like what you see on the left side is like what you can see from the sky.
Yeah.
The second column would be everything that's under like the raised bits, and then the 3rd, 4th, and 5th are just like actual 3rd, 4th, 5th. I don't know if that makes any sense. It might make more sense if I, reveal the map, but okay. So yeah, Glitter has flown down. You see her, she turns invisible as she's flying through the grate downwards because she can fit through it. Yeah. Almyre, that takes us to you. What are you doing?
Yeah, I was chatting up this guy blocking for Jeatz to get downstairs. I'm offering him some food as well.
He rejects it. No.
Well, I'm learning a lot about this place. Hoping to learn.
Also, about the elf thing, everyone just assumes you're an elf because they've never seen an Eladrin. An elf and Eladrin are practically, they look the same. I hope that was clear. I assume it was, but just want to make myself.
Yeah. And I assume I know about elves. Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not offended by it. I'm just, whatever. So
That's just part of life.
Yeah, like whatever. I'm gonna keep chatting up. I guess I will probably go down here and then get rejected and realize they're racist as well. And then
actually you see that they're giving you eyes.
Oh really?
Yeah, through their masks. Looks like maybe they're a little red-faced.
Oh. Well, I'm going to offer them food as well. That I've got a plate of it.
Do you mention that it's, made by an orc this time?
I don't, but I do offer it again.
Okay.
I have it in my hand.
Yes, they do. They do take it.
Okay.
One of them. Thank you. I've been pretty hungry. Say, where do you come from?
I'm from a kingdom up north.
Kingdom. Oh, excuse me,
yes.
my lady.
Oh well, thank you. Yes.
Should have addressed you appropriately.
I'm Princess Almyre.
From princess, no less. Yes. My. You see, they're getting a little flustered.
Oh. Well, I was passing through, and me and some friends, and I came across Lady Zira over here, and happened to chat it up and meet, and so she invited me up on this vessel here, and a good friend that we met in town made this food, so I figured I'd offer it to make sure everyone's good and fed for this discussion. I heard it's very important.
Well, thank you, Princess. And as you're speaking to them, in fact, Almyre, you hear behind you an altercation. You hear a Solarian talking down to Lundgren, and Lundgren says, Hey, leave me alone. Don't touch me. I was one of you, and that's my greatest shame. I'm sorry I even cooked all this for you. I should have never agreed to it.
Oh, no. I run over.
And you see Lundgren storms off. The Solarian tries to grab his hand, but Lundgren just like pulls him away because he's not violent. Solarian doesn't necessarily do anything, but he stands at the edge of the table, speaks to Lady Zira, and he says, Lady, I'm sorry, but your apology wasn't enough. And he walks off to the edge of the ship and just kind of stands looking over the edge, and Solarian is running after him, but High Priest Odegaard says, no, just leave him be. It's okay. He just had an outburst. It was gracious of him to cook this food for us, and delicious it is, yes. And the Solarian just stops there and backs up.
I think I go and talk to Lundgren then.
Okay.
Away. Over here. Are you okay? Is everything all right?
For a moment, he doesn't respond. But you can see he melts, recomposes himself, and then stands up tall, takes a deep breath, and turns around to you and says, "For 20 years I gave my life to the Solarian, and they kicked me out like I was dog meat. Seeing them here just aggravated that scar."
I have gathered that so far. I was talking to a few of them not long ago, and offered them food, and was chatting them up a bit. And once I mentioned that you had made the food, then they immediately threw it on the ground, which I found very disrespectful. What's the backstory there? Are they just like racist? But you said you were one of them at one point. Did something change?
They were my brothers once, but when King Melchior passed down the judgment that people like me should be exiled up north, the Solarian, they're the king's lapdogs. They do what he says when he says it. And it took until then to open my eyes.
The king enforced this?
Aye. Something about keeping the light pure.
Oh my god. That's got some 1940s undertones as my nose starts to bleed a little bit. That is truly horrible and terrible. And
yeah, it is definitely problematic. Oh wait, I'm not up there. Never mind.
You yell from across from underneath.
I truly do hope that this negotiation or whatever's going on today is fruitful and brings about some sort of change for you and your people.
Aye.
I am wary though. I know that Odegaard is putting on a face here of appeasement and wanting to be the mediator, but if he works for the king and the king passed down this judgment, from what I can say, or from what I can tell, him and Euron have been chummy over there on the table from what I've been eyeing. I do hope you don't have your hopes up. I think this might be a good first step, but it might only be a first step.
Maybe some good'll come of it. Lady Zira can hold her own.
I do have confidence in her. I find her quite captivating. She's very well spoken and kind of fiery a little bit.
Aye, she is fiery. And with that, I almost called him the Pope. Thank you to whoever said that.
He was Jesus, but
he stands up, and he goes into, and I'll save you the actual back and forth dialogue because I did not feel like writing out individual lines for the different characters and role-playing that. But he stands up and says something along the lines, now that the feast is over, we shall mediate. If those of you that are nearby could give us a little bit of privacy. And the Solarian and the sailors step back, still guarding their post, but clearly reserved to attempt to not listen. Henry included, he kind of steps back here and is leaning on this crate, but you see Lady Zira giving Lungen, Horace, and Almyre the eye. kind of like, if you could
Ooh.
do as he says.
Refill glasses for everybody, and then step back to the same spot, trying to stay as close as possible, and just be like, I'm just here to help you guys.
Okay. Oh boy, roll me a performance check with advantage.
Yeah. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Yeah, no, they since you've been refilling their wine and getting their plates, they trust you enough to stay nearby to refill the wine. Odegaard, in fact, looks over at you, says, and he says, "Oh, this one's good at keeping the chalice full of wine. I think it's okay if he stays."
I'll move closer to him.
But yeah, Lungan, perfect. Yeah, so Lungan walks away past you, Almyre, and goes back to the feasting table. Looks like he's hanging out with Kethis for a moment.
I'll follow, kind of, and get a lay of the land.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through this mediation like I would minutes for like a model UN conference. If at any point one of you would like to do something while I'm saying something, please interrupt me. Normally I would say it's a cutscene, you can't do anything, but I've just got a lot to say here, so interrupt me and please stop me if you'd like to do anything. Okay. So, mediation begins. Odegaard, again, says what he says. If you would all please step away. Horace, however, you are invited to stand nearby since you are refilling the wine. But Odegaard goes on to say something to this effect. The beacon, which you all at this point would understand to be sort of like what's called the governing body of the Lucem Empire. The beacon has been brought up to speed on the details of the dispute, but Odegaard goes on to lay out the specifics just to make sure he has the facts straight. After the decree to relocate a portion of the population of the Empire, many took up residence in Duvos. Duvos, of its own accord, decided to split itself like it has, with the relocated people taking up residence on the eastern side, going as far as to create a second lordship. You all would understand this to be very passive language about probably how this actually happened in real time. The beacon granted this action, a second lordship that is, in an attempt to keep the peace. However, that does not seem to be working. So now I'm going to go on to the points about Zira's grievances and Euron's grievances. So Zira's grievances, Odegaard lays out in his own words. She's unable to pass, or she and her people that reside on the eastern side are unable to pass to the other side of the bridge without paying a ludicrous toll to the bridge keepers, something that y'all have experienced, in fact. That in turn keeps trade between the two halves of the city down, meaning fewer and lower quality goods, since the western halves is otherwise isolated from the rest of the continent. None of the western inhabitants have been allowed into the ranks of the city guard as well, which Zira stands up and she says, and I fear for the sake of my people because they don't have a say in the guardship of the town. Odegaard says, Thank you, Lady Zira. And now we'll go on to Lord Euron's grievances. His are, the presence of the relocated people has brought an increased stress on the resources available to the city, farmland, namely. The city must ration, and Zira will stand up, and she will insist that it's been rationed unfairly. Odegaard says, Lady Zira, please sit down. Odegaard says, again, Euron insists that the resources must be rationed. Lady Zira also, again, these are Euron's grievances. Lady Zira also says that she wants to tax the trade ships taking the river to Lastarth. This strains the relationship that Duvos has with Lastarth. So as a stopgap, Euron has paused all trade with anyone coming by boat and not allowing them up or downstream apart from the western traders. He's given them an exemption. So just Zira's and Euron's grievances with one another in this moment. Odegaard pauses for a moment to let everyone kind of process this. And he goes on. Again, you can stop me here if you'd like. I'm giving you an opportunity because I'm going to move on to anything.
I want to go downstairs.
Okay, you want to go further downstairs? You may. I do not have a problem with that. Okay, let's see. Where are you? So you are in the stairwell right outside of where the arms are, or the armaments, I should say, because there's not literal arms there. And you go into the lower deck, and lo and behold, you see even more guns. And I'm just gonna open this whole thing up to you. But also, what's also on this deck is what appears to be the brig. We'll say while this is going on, you see, you can explore while they're talking.
Yeah. Can I go? I want to sneak my way down to the brig, and see if there's.
You also see a lot more sailors down here. They seem to be a little more populated.
And see if there's anything of interest down here in the brig.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. That's even better. It's also a +2, guys. That's an 18.
With an 18 and okay. Well, I don't have a token for him at the moment. But what you see, and I will just drag a generic.
The sexy guy or mannequin head?
Well, I don't want to do either of those. There's not like a thing for just a humanoid. It's kind of strange. Like that's in the default stuff.
What's Almyre doesn't have some like AI?
Yeah, I know. Okay. Sure. So what you see in the brig over here is a middle-aged man with a black cloth over his eyes. He's just kind of sitting there in the corner. But he's the only one that seems to be in the brig.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna make my way down one more level.
Okay. All right. As you make your way down, you find yourself in the cargo hold, the bottom of the ship. The waves are extremely loud down here. There's only one sailor down here, but ultimately what you see are like the chains for the anchors, a bunch of extra materials for sails, for example, and some rations.
Okay. There's no like gunpowder stuff down here?
No. All the gunpowder was held on the main deck.
Okay. Okay.
Can I blow this out?
It's a thought, just in case, you know. Just in case we gotta go there.
Also, keep in mind that, you know, Glitter is poised to use Phantasmal Force. She has to use it at some point because you asked her to, Horace. So if not now, I will use it after the next story beat with the mediation.
Okay. Have I seen enough to maybe do an insight check on like the amount of armaments we have going on in here?
I mean, I'm not even gonna, I guess, have you roll an insight check or anything. In the description of the boat, this ship is like a floating fortress. Effectively, it could take on a whole armada of smaller ships.
I guess my point is like, is there a? Do I feel like it's an imminent threat kind of thing, or just an always prepared kind of thing?
Oh, always prepared, definitely. Yeah, especially with your conversation with Gunner. No, it's not like, they expect something to go wrong.
Okay. I think then I'm just gonna start making my way back up to tell everybody what I saw.
Okay. Almyre, I guess we'll cut to you then.
Oh, I'm standing back. maybe chit-chatting a little bit with the people around me, but mainly trying to kind of hear what's going down with the mediation.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say Odegaard is projecting loudly enough that you can, catch every other word. Okay, sorry. Let me actually drag the token in here that I meant to have for the dude in the brig. Did that? Oh,
In the brig.
there we go. Okay, Horace, that takes us to you. Do you want Glitter to activate her phantasmal force on a sailor or no?
Not yet. I was gonna wait a little bit longer until I get some more information on what they're doing.
Okay, so Lady Zira is offered to give her proposal first for how to fix things. And she would like to, again, I'm just, paraphrasing the conversation that they're having here. She would like to abolish the presence of the Solarian in the city, as well as keep a joint force of guards made up of people from both sides. That is just like the full end of her proposal. She thinks that will solve things. She also goes on to say more fair. She emphasizes fair rations would be the most desirable thing.
All right.
And then
what were the two things she wanted equal representation?
Oh, okay, yeah. So her grievances were her people don't seem to be able to pass the bridge without paying a ludicrous toll that does not seem legal, number one, that you guys experienced. She also is saying that her side of the city is not allowing, or her side of the city is not allowed any guards. Specifically those that have been exiled have not been allowed any guards.
Okay. Increased ration.
Yeah, and then increased rations is what she's proposing. And then Odegaard, bows his head a little bit and says, "Thank you, ladies. Lord Euron, if you would." And Lord Euron stands up and gives his proposal, which is no taxes on trades, and the inhabitants of the western half of the city will cease campaigning for more resources, or they will face actual consequences. Sort of a tone of violence there. Okay. Odegaard, I'll just tell you what's going to happen. Odegaard is going to think for a moment and then come up with a solution, but if there's anything you guys would like to do in the meantime as he's thinking it over, throughout all of this, they're hashing it out, just having a discussion.
Okay. Good.
Should I roll I don't want her to start trigger, but should I roll a 50% chance to see if she starts the racket?
Now? I mean, if you want to leave it up to a dice roll, sure. I had one more thing.
I didn't give her a specific time. I wanted to kind of hear out. I guess I want to hear out the end of this, but.
I mean, yeah.
I only said give me a couple minutes and then start it.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, granted, this conversation is taking a while, but she's not. She would understand what you mean by a couple minutes. Is wait until you would think the mediation's over. Yeah, sure. So roll me. So we'll say 1 to 5. She'll cast it. 6 or higher, she won't. I'll have something else happen, and then I'll let you roll another dice.
That'd be 19.
Okay, with a 19, she doesn't cast it. While this mediation is going on, at this point, you've refilled the chalices a few times. You see Lady Zira stands up, and in her hand, you see she's about to cast Firebolt. You see this flame erupt in her hand, and Odegaard stands up, counterspells it, and says, "Well, now, Lady Zira, we wouldn't want to send you to a refocusing camp, now would we? You are such an asset in the capital. It would be unfortunate if that is your fate today." And she calms herself very quickly and apologizes, and then sits back down.
Avery, I've changed my mind as to what I want to do underneath, if
okay.
possible.
Sure.
I would like to gather up a bunch. This is such a stupid idea. I'd like to gather up as much gunpowder, or whatever the equivalent is, as possible, secretly.
Yeah. Black powder.
Yeah, and then run a long kind of what's the term? Like a
trail.
Yeah, like a trail, some kind of trail, to I don't know, just to some of like a big area where there's a collection of like gunpowder. I want to blow something up, but from a distance. It's probably a good way of putting it.
Okay, the only repository of black powder is in the back of the ship on the main deck that's just underneath the top deck. So that would be the only place where you saw the sailor counting. Right, yeah, sure, right, but right underneath the captain's quarters.
Okay.
That's an interesting concept. I didn't really think about the fact it'd be underneath captain's quarters. Okay, so, but if I didn't, no, I don't, never mind. I'm just gonna come upstairs. I'm gonna go back to my original plan.
Okay. So Odegaard stands up and Horace, if you would please roll me another d20. We'll say 11 through 20. She does not cast it. 1 through 10 she does.
5.
A 5? Okay. Odegaard stands up and he goes into a bit of a speech that doesn't really say anything, but then he finally starts to land his points on what he thinks will be best for the town of Duvos. But before he actually, he's saying a lot of platitudes about the empire should remain whole, the light of King Melchior is deserved by all, and here's how I think we can solve this problem in Duvos. Before that happens, Glitter is going to cast Phantasmal Force, make this sailor think that there is a fire going on below deck. So the sailor needs to roll there's my dice, an intelligence saving throw, DC 12, to which he has a wait, hang on a second. I did have stat blocks for the sailors. They are one of those. To which they have a +0 to intelligence, so it didn't actually matter. But I'm sure they get a comment, then it would. Okay, so I need a 12 on this dice to pass. I get a 5. So from below deck, Horace, you hear all of a sudden, fire! There's a fire in the ship! At this point, does Glitter remain invisible? And this is like below even the main deck. So Jeatz, where are you? This is like right in front of the brig.
That is definitely the
right
question I was going to ask. I would like to have made it back upstairs by then.
Sure, yeah, you may have. I mean, they would have been mediating for like quite a while.
Yeah. And I
Okay, Glitter becomes uninvisible.
Yeah.
Due to this.
I think
as well.
when that happens, I take the time to reappear, like kind of over at a corner, like where no one would notice. Or no, you know what? This door that's up top that was unguarded that goes in this little room, I come out as if I was looking at that.
I'm sorry, this battle map is huge.
A2 underneath A1.
Where is A even? I see H's. I see I's.
On the top floor, the aft of the ship.
I see B. A. Oh, I see. Okay. You want to come out here. Okay.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, sure you may. But down below, so you come out and turn uninvisible As this dude below deck starts screaming, here, I'll move your token over there.
Thank you. I could not find it.
Yeah, no, you're fine. This dude below deck starts screaming fire, fire as Odegaard is going into his speech, and you see the Solarian come to attention. Odegaard, and this is for you, Horace, and as you appear to, I guess you're all above deck. You hear a voice shout fire, fire below deck. You see the Solarians stand to attention. They pull out their weapons. You see, like clockwork, a few of them disappear below deck, as if they know, who's supposed to stay above deck to support Odegaard and who's supposed to, attend to emergencies. You see that doesn't really phase Odegaard. So I'll just hide a few of these guys here. He continues on in his mediation, and he says, I'm sure that will be solved shortly. As I was saying, what I think the best solution to have Duvos continue to be a prosperous city and to take both of your interests to heart, Lady Zira and Lord Huron, is as such. The Solarian will remain as it must. The light of King Melchior must illuminate all. Lord Huron will have two of the gods be part of Lady Zira's population. And Lady Zira, I'm sorry, but I cannot have you alone taxing trade. That is the job of King Melchior. It's not for ladies and lords to decide who is paying taxes. So trade will resume, and I think that should solve all of your problems. And may the light of our Lord Melchior shine amongst us all. And very, very quickly, I'll say, Odegaard kind of hobbles off to a stunned Zira and a Lord Huron that is smirking. He goes off into his captain's quarters as the Solarian lets him by. At this same moment, Jeatz, give me another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God. Okay. Wisdom saving throw. That's a 7?
Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a bad thing. What? Hello?
I'm here. Oh, no.
Hello?
No, I just can't hear anything. Why did this all of a sudden stop working? Oh, Christ, dude. Oh my God, why is... No, my music is not... Okay, let me restart Kenku.
Oh.
Sorry, y'all.
Mm.
You play one track too many times, and it's like, no, I refuse. I refuse to play anything else.
No.
I'm gonna
Can you hear
use
this?
my... Yeah.
What? Yeah.
I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos, Avery.
Okay. Sorry, this is really bothering me. What? It's not... Okay. I'm sorry. I can't hear the music from Kenku on my end. If y'all can hear it, that's
Weird.
fine.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Okay.
Avery, I used Tides of Chaos and I rolled a nat 20.
Which means...
Damn.
You're using
Yes,
Tides of Chaos to be able to reroll. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jeatz, you are racked by this psychic sensation that nearly brings you to your knees, but you feel Pascal on your shoulder, and he pulses you with a little bit of strength so it doesn't take you to your knees. But what you hear just in passing in your mind is a voice that whispers, "Fagin."
I, in my mind, go,
And
yes.
you see in your mind's eye the city wall of Duvos approaching rapidly. Tendrils of blood and viscera lashing out. And that is where we'll end our session.
Cool. That's great. That's great.
Thanks for watching.